guys, we're on problem S. Says the solutions. Let me get my pen tool going here. S says solutions of silver nitrate and sodium chromate are mixed. Solutions means everybody's in an ion form. Silver has a +1 charge. Nitrate is minus. Mixed. Sodium's +1. Chromate is Cr4 2 minus. You really got to know your polyatomic ions. If you don't, you're going to be pretty hosed on this test. So good thing to go ahead and memorize, make some flashcards, whatever works best for you. Connect and cancel. We know that the nitrate is the one that's going to be soluble. That makes the other one insoluble. Soluble means it stays apart. Ag2CrO4 is going to be our precipitate. Spectator ions are going to cancel. That's always going to be the nitrate. Sodium is also a spectator in this case. And we're left with Ag. You're going to have to balance that. 2Ag plus a chromate ion produces the silver 1 chromate precipitate. What is the oxidation number of chromate in the chromate ion? Great question. Chromate is Cr4 2 minus. Okay, so X minus 8. That 8 is for the 4 -2 oxygens equals -2. That makes X is equal to +6. So chromine is 6+ in that ion. Moving on to T, glacial acetic acid is mixed with liquid ethanol. This is an organic reaction. I'm going to have you do a flash for this one, but I do want to go through and just make sure you can write out the reactants. It's always a good thing to do if you can't do the whole reaction. Acetic acid is weak. Methanol is CH4O. The least you guys should do is write out the reactions. This might be seen like this. That H is that H, and this is often seen like that. If all else fails, please just go ahead and write out the reactants. U, chlorine gas is bubbled to cold dilute solution of potassium hydroxide. Very common reaction. Chlorine gas is 0. Potassium hydroxide is in solution. It's a strong base. I got somebody who's a 0 charge. It's going to have to change in charge. In this case, it's going to go down because it's a non-metal. Okay, if that goes down, it's going to want to hook up with the person who has to go. Sorry, lost my place here. Tricky reaction here, but what do we have going on? Well, let's go ahead and do what I would do. I would put these two together, and we got K plus and Cl minus, and we got OH going on here. You know, I hate to do this, but go ahead and make a flashcard for this one as well. I really got to go back and review some of these old organic reactions. You do have the answer. You can put it on a flashcard. I'm probably not going to ask you this one at all, but it's a good thing, again, to have on a flashcard. What element is undergoing oxidation and what element's undergoing reduction? Oxidation is going up in charge. Reduction is going down in charge. Just make sure you know that. A strip of copper is immersed in a concentrated nitric acid solution. So copper, 0. Nitric acid is a strong acid, H plus, NO3 minus. Copper 0, it's got to come and participate in the reaction, so it's got to go up in charge. That means someone's going to have to go down in charge. That's going to be hydrogen. Copper is going to go up to 2 plus. Going to stick it together with nitrate. All nitrates are soluble. NO3 minus. Kicked out hydrogen, H2. Cancel my spectators. Balance the reaction. List at least 2 observations that indicate a chemical reaction occurred. Well, you'd see bubbles. Bubbles are going to come from the hydrogen. And notice that you're probably going to get a color change because you're going to produce copper nitrate. And remember, all copper salts, these are blue in solution. So you're going to get a color change and you're going to get a gas change in this reaction. W, hydrogen gas is passed over hot iron 2 oxide powder. All right. So hydrogen gas, 0 charge. Powder, it's a solid, So it's just going to be FeO in this case. All right. We got hydrogen, 0 charge. It's going to have to change in charge. We know the hydrogen is going to go up to +1. That means something else is going to have to go down in this case. That's going to be iron. Iron's going to go down to Fe0, and hydrogen's going to hook up with oxygen. We're going to produce our good friend H2O, and iron's going to get kicked out, and it looks pretty balanced. What is the oxidation number of hydrogen in hydrogen gas? Hydrogen gas, it's by itself, so its oxidation number equals 0. Make sure we did that one correctly. Yep. Oxidation number of any element, whether it's diatomic, a Twinkie, or a single element that's not diatomic, is 0. X. Acidified potassium permanganate. All right. X is another one that I'm going to have you guys make a flashcard for. Just write it out. Good thing to have down on paper. A solution of sodium bromide is added to an acidified solution of potassium bromate. All these acidified things I want you to make flashcards for. It's really not worth our time to go over. When I often say all you have to do is get half of the questions on the AP test right to pass, that's coming from this space. There's a lot of very unrealistic reactions that are too tough to get through in 1 year, and they know that. And don't get discouraged. Just put them down on a flashcard. It's always good to have them down. Aluminum metal is added to a solution of copper 2 chloride. It's a very common reaction here. Aluminum metal, solution of copper 2 chloride, separated in solution. Okay, aluminum is going to have to go up in charge. It's going to go to 3+. Copper is going to go down. Aluminum is going to hook up with chloride. Al3+, Cl-. It's going to kick out copper, chloride, balanced charge. Fe2, I'm going to have to put a 3 there. Balance atoms, 3, 2. What type of reaction is occurring? Well, aluminum's going from 0 to aluminum 3+, and copper is going from 2+ to copper 0. So we know this could be a redox reaction. It also can be a single replacement reaction. Notice aluminum is kicking out copper. They seem to be calling this, well, this is Z. What type of reaction is occurring? List at least 2 observations that indicate a chemical reaction is occurring. So I have the wrong question here. That's okay. Two observations. They say aluminum dissolves, a red solid precipitate is produced. That red precipitate is copper, so copper is going to be red in this case, and the blue color of the solution fades. The blue color is fading because we're losing the copper salt. Okay, this aluminum salt here, this is clear, and that copper salt right there, that's blue. So it's red and it goes to clear. The red comes from the copper and the clear comes from the loss of the copper sulfate. If you're looking at the type of reaction, they could easily ask you that redox. Chlorine gas is passed over hot iron filings. Chlorine gas, Cl2, hot iron filings, Fe0. Okay, we got 2 things that are 0. One's going to have to go down in charge. One's going to have to go up in charge. What do they take it up in charge to? Looks like they're taking it up in charge to a 3+. All right, you don't really know. In this case, take it up to a 3+ or a 2+. FeCl3, we're going to have to balance this reaction by putting a 2 here, a 3 here. You're going to have to put a 2 there. What type of reaction is occurring? You could say redox because iron is being oxidized and chlorine is being reduced. You could also say combination, and you could also say synthesis. Looks like in this problem, they're calling this a synthesis or a redox reaction. Very, very common reaction. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next video. Got quite a few here. Take care.